Hi everyone, this is Steve Segerson, owner of Legacy Classic Homes. We are a custom home builder here in Dallas-Fort Worth, and this is part of my video series to help consumers and folks out there looking to build or buy a custom home. Today's video is a question we get often, sometimes with a phone call, sometimes through email, and it's probably the most generic question somebody can ask, which is, what does it cost to build a home? It is completely understandable that people ask that question because as an average person you're thinking, I want to know that. I want to build a home. What does it cost to build one? The trick is there are numerous things that are going to vary the building cost of any given home. So part of this video is to go into what those are and kind of help explain why when somebody calls me and they don't have a floor plan, don't have a lot yet, I can't really give them an answer. We can throw out some ballparks, but what I'm going to follow with here is some real details about why that is and what the cost variables are. So one of the main reasons we can't tell a potential customer what a home is going to cost to build is because of the nature of our business. Every house we build is an original design that is different than the last one, and is built on a completely different lot with completely different finish out, specifications, and whatnot. So if you think about being a volume builder, let's say you're one of the big volume builders, you're in a neighborhood building 5 floor plans, you're building 1,000 of plan A, the heritage plan. They probably know pretty darn close to $1 what that home costs to build because they are building it over and over and over. Right? And even those big builders can deal with some market fluctuations. Labor costs more than it did 6 months ago, or lumber costs have gone up. But for the most part, they're going to be pretty knowledgeable in what their home costs to build. When we are building true custom homes, we are working with a lot of variables. Primarily lot preparation, floor plan design, and then specifications and finish out. So first we're going to talk about lot preparation. Imagine that you already have a floor plan and you're looking at bigger lots, so 1 acre lots, and you know that your floor plan is going to fit on any lot you're looking at. But you're looking at a lot over here that is completely flat, and all we have to do as a builder is go in, bring in some dirt, build up a pad that's 6 or 12 inches above the existing grade so we can get positive drainage away from the house. That's going to be a minimal cost. You're also looking at a different lot that's on the side of a hill and has a bunch of trees on it. Completely different situation with the cost to build on that second lot. Lots of excavation cost, probably retaining walls, foundation piers that you might not have had to use on the flat lot. And so these kind of things are the type of elements that can really mean this, even the same home can have completely different cost to build from this lot to that lot. Again, another reason why it's hard to tell somebody without any information what a house costs to build. Another element that's huge is the floor plan design. So people don't think about this. You may say, well, I'm looking at a 4,000 square foot home. Okay, we could have 2 4,000 square foot homes with actually the same garage count and the same bathroom count and the same porch and patio sizing. But one could be very simplistic in its design and its geometry. It's a kind of boxy with a low pitch roof. The other could be completely cut up with very steep roof pitches and a complicated roof split pitch design. Maybe the first house has flat ceilings all the way through. The other one has vaults throughout, all kinds of vaults happening. The second home is just a more expensive design to build. Even though they are both the same size on paper, they're completely different animals. It would be kind of like comparing a Ford and a Ferrari that maybe weigh the same. Yeah, they're both cars with 4 wheels that weigh the same, but we understand the Ferrari is kind of a completely different thing than the Ford model over here. So the same thing can happen with houses, and it's another reason as custom builders we need to have the information before we can give people cost numbers. The other item that can have a huge effect on the cost to build is something that's probably pretty common sense, but it's the finish out. The finish out and the specifications. So again, we could build a couple of homes that are about the same size, but we may have one home buyer do relatively simplistic finish out, or let's call it lower end finish out. They're doing a lot of carpet. Their fixtures are not super high end. Maybe their cabinetry design was not the more expensive type of construction and wood species being used. Whereas the other customers doing high end marble through the home, site finished wood. They've gone with very high end HVAC systems, things like this. So there again, even though these two homes are similar in size, we've got pretty substantially different finish out costs with them. And that could go to if you were looking at building the same home, but one has a much higher finish out in it. It is just going to cost more than the one with a lower end finish out in it. So that's one of those things that can really affect the cost to build a home. So when we are talking to somebody about a build, it's nice for us to try to gather information on the front end about what type of finish out they want, because that helps us arrive at a cost estimate that's more accurate. So in summary, there's several variables that can affect the cost to build a home. So when people call and say, what does it cost to build a home? All we can provide is a ballpark cost per foot number to kind of use as a guide. But it is going to take us getting a set of construction documents, looking at the lot you want to build on or the land you want to build on, to be able to really assess and work up an estimate of cost that's going to be accurate.